As he still looks at the chunk of metal in his palm, Frederick wonders, what the hell was that? He thinks back to what happened during the last few minutes, but quickly forces himself back to the present, deciding that returning to the neutron should be his top priority for now. He stows the chunk in one of his leg pockets and starts tapping away at his suit's control panel. Mia, do you read? Waiting for an answer, he turns around and looks at the building in the distance, and it seems that he has already walked a good distance away from it, as he can only see the rough shapes of the building by now. And almost immediately after using his comms, a familiar, emotionless female voice answers his question. Commander, the connection to you broke off 108 minutes ago. According to your instructions, Central Command has been notified, and a search and rescue team was dispatched 25 minutes ago. The ETA for your location is 35 minutes. Do you require immediate medical attention? Frederick stops in his tracks. Oh shit. I completely forgot about that. God damn it. Central was going to tell me a new one. In hopes of maybe escaping harsher punishment by playing the whole situation down, Frederick decides to play it cool. Yeah, I'm fine. Exhausted and slightly mortified, but overall I'm fine. Let's just hope they will think of it as yet another case of an overly cautious MI and turn around. Should the SAR team be notified of your current status? The synthetic voice inquires. Yes, please. I'm fine and I don't need any rescuing. Right now I'm heading back to the shuttle and should depart in about 5 to 10 minutes. They will be notified immediately, Mia confirms. Now that silence has returned once again, Frederick can feel the stress building up, as a realization hits him. Whatever all of this is, it is far from over. With a mixture of both guilt, anxiety and anticipation, he continues his trek to the shuttle. Just as he reaches one of the landing legs, his comms come to life again, but the voice he hears is a completely new one this time. It is female as well, but definitely doesn't lack any emotion. If there were a single term to describe it, it would be professional sass. Mr. McLeroy, this is Agatha Connor. I've been told that you don't require our assistance after all. He swallows. He is going to have to choose his words wisely. As soon as the SAR team gets directly involved, things will get ugly for him. He has to try all he can to get them to return to base and not arrive at the site. Correct, I had a small situation here, but I got it resolved and I'm currently boarding my shuttle. Aha, okay, Miss Connor responds, not really sounding satisfied with his answer. I'm in trouble. Just for the records, why exactly did you instruct your MI to contact Central Command in case of a loss of signal? The pro SAS levels are off the charts with this one. Struggling to come up with a normal response, Frederick can feel a bit of sweat run down his forehead. I just wanted to be on the safe side, you know. I always get a bit nervous when I go for some Eva. He chuckles nervously, already regretting his decision from earlier. Come on, please just take it and leave. I don't want to deal with a goddamn SAR team being involved. I'm as good as done already, and I really don't need any rescuing. You know that I will have to report this to my superiors, right? You can't just go ahead and instruct your MI to call for rescue just because you're scared of Eva, Mr. McLeroy. She scolds him. He actually feels a bit bad, now that he thinks about it. Yes, I'm aware of that, and I'm sorry, I promise to never do it again, he adds with a regretful voice. The woman sighs. With a stern but slightly understanding tone, she reprimands him. Alright, I'm happy that you've seemingly learned your lesson, but I'm going to have to report this when I return to base, and you can bet your ass that you're going to hear from Central. This kind of stuff is completely against protocol. You really shouldn't have called for aid when you didn't need it. Yes, I know, he says, fully meaning what he just said. Gonna clarify some things with your MI, and then I'll be gone, but have a safe trip. I don't want to see your name pop up on our list again, alright? Connor out. You too, Frederick half whispers to himself. He really wasn't mentally prepared to get a scolding right now. She actually sounded concerned at the end, huh? But thank God she turned around, he thinks to himself. As he cries internal tears of joy over the outcome of this conversation, he remembers what is waiting for him back at HQ. Oh boy, the next few days will get ugly. God damn it. But now that this exchange is over, he can finally enter his shuttle again. He grabs the skinny ladder and starts climbing. After he reaches the still open airlock, he steps inside and initiates the cycling from vacuum to atmosphere. As air starts to fill the chamber, he can see some dust getting kicked up. Golden dust. Oh, god damn it. I should have thought about that. Mia, there is some contamination inside the airlock. It will need some thorough cleaning later. Affirmative. Do you want Miss Connor to be notified of this as well? They are currently still engaged in an exchange of information with this unit. No. No need to tell them. Affirmative. Dodged a bullet right there. Trying not to think of the near future, Frederick makes his way back to the cockpit and straps himself into the flight chair. After a routine systems check, he can begin his flight back to the Newton. Luckily, his current orbital position is aligned almost perfectly for a direct suborbital interception. He flicks the switch that arms the main engines and starts throttling up. During the relatively short flight, he tries to collect his thoughts and organize what he found out inside the outpost. Alright, number 1. Aliens actually exist, but they are a sapient chunk of metal. 2, at least 3 people died down there, and no one came back to retrieve them. 3, that thing actually talked with me and says something about trusting me. But why was it broadcasting that weird signal in the first place? Gah! He shouts, frustrated. How am I going to tell this to Central? Oh, you know, I just discovered alien life, no biggie. There were only 3 dead bodies right next to it, no problem at all. Oh, by the way, I have it right here. Want to take a look at it? You can even touch it, see? Yeah, this will get interesting. He takes a deep breath and closes his eyes, keeping him closer a bit while trying to calm his nerves. Though his little moment is interrupted by a systems notification after a short while. Oh, okay. Approaching the Newton. Time to focus. Docking's always a hassle. He turns the vessel around and starts decelerating, completely focusing on the task at hand. And as the tiny bright dot in the distance ever so slowly turns into a huge ship in front of him, Frederick engages the MI-assisted docking mode and aligns the shuttle on his HUD. Thankfully, everything goes smoothly, and he successfully docks his shuttle to the Newton. Docking successful, shutting down shuttle reactor and securing connection, Mia informs him. Back home again, he mumbles to himself, letting out a sigh of relief. After flicking some switches and pushing even more buttons, the interior returns to darkness and he is left inside the dark, silent cockpit again. Not really wanting to spend more time in this uncanny atmosphere than absolutely necessary, Frederick floats back to the airlock and secures his tool pack back to his suit. After he gave the straps a few good pulls, he presses the big cycle button. The sturdy bulkhead opens, and he pushes himself off from the ceiling, gracefully floating down into the main craft's airlock. Time to take care of things. I better call my boss.